Welcome back to Marvel Maniac, an MCU after show. This is a special episode. It is our after show for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. How is it processing for you? Did you love the series? Are you like loving the new Captain America like me? I am freaking out about it still. Sam Wilson is Captain America now, whether the world, the country, anyone likes it or not. We have a new Captain America, and yeah, I'm aboard, people. We have our after show specialist on today. We bring them in, my good friends Dustin and TJ. We had them on for WandaVision on our after show for that. And after the show, I'm going to lay out the foundation of Marvel Maniac, what we're going to be doing now through Loki on 6/11. I'm really excited to tell you. Don't you dare think we're going anywhere. I got actually a really cool game plan for the fans who want to make a little bit of a, refresher for the Loki series. I got a little bit of a game plan for us. So stay tuned. But before that, let's reflect and get excited and just, talk about what was and what is, and just ponder upon the Falcon and the Winter Soldier with my good friends Dustin and TJ. I talked to them on Tuesday, and we just go all over it. Now, due to some technical difficulties on my end, I have to make this a two-part episode because the Zoom call split up. But it is a great listen. So we're doing a two-parter, our first two-parter. Enjoy.
It's really good to be here with you guys today. I'm really happy you're back. This time it hasn't been that long because there was only literally from our last after show, it was a week until the season premiere of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So it's been 6 weeks since we last convened on Marvel Maniac as a group. I don't know what we should call ourselves.
I just thought about that as well. I feel like now we need
we're like a form of Avengers. You got to get your own little I don't know, you guys got your own little mantras. It's TJ, Terrence, CJ, Texas, Gilluly, and Dustin, Dustin Baker. What's your accent? I don't want to call you Dictator Dustin. Every time I do, that's his old Xbox name.
You can just call me Dustin. It's okay.
All right. I want to get a nickname.
It's Baker Bebop. If that's my Xbox name, but that's not like my title.
But like you don't like that as a title, so yeah.
My name is my name.
It's no Battlestar. It's no Battlestar, right? That's his name, right?
My name is my name.
The guy in the show is named Battlestar, right? John Walker's partner.
I don't remember.
Dang, how could he be that forgettable? His name was Lamar, and he mattered.
I was about to call him Roger. So I mean,
don't you dare, dude. John Walker would like literally throw his fake shield up your.
Yeah, he would.
Butt right now. That's what I was going to say. I'm just going to stick through it. I'm going to say it. John Walker would like run you down the street right now, Dustin. Okay.
I forgot his name. All right. Sorry. I thought it was Roger.
Lamar.
Roger felt right.
A man died because he died. Like everything.
because I didn't remember his name.
Dude, I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So there's literally no place to start. I think we are just going to jump. I mean, literally, TJ's are much more organized than mine.
I think we should start with just like overall impressions and then move on to like specific things we want to talk about.
Good. Okay. All right. Who wants to start?
You start, Eric.
Okay, I'll start. Okay, my overall impressions were, I love this show. I love the ride. I love the energy. I love the vibes. There were moments where I thought the Zemo storyline could have been like, there could have been more to it, right? I think they teased a little bit more for Zemo than there was in the show. They gave him that really cool moment in that episode where he like kind of saved the day. But I feel like they kind of led us to believe that like he was behind more of it, and that's what they wanted us to believe, opposed to like it being Sharon Carter. But like I don't know, from like very early on in the show, it really like seemed that Sharon Carter was behind things from my perspective, because like who else? Like she was just like cut one scene per episode, her being like,
right.
Yeah,
it's no good.
Yeah, like, hey, I'll let you know what's going on now. All right, talk to you later. Like, okay, like I don't know. I was pretty on to her pretty fast. But she's very suspicious. But overall, I really like the dynamic of the characters, and I don't know. I was along for the ride. I very much enjoyed the show. How about you, TJ? We'll start with TJ.
I very much enjoyed it. I thought it was some really good action, some good bromance action, some good comedy. Overall, it was a very good show. I definitely have my little qualms with it. But overall, it was good. But my biggest thing was I kind of felt like it was missing a proper villain. I mean,
yeah,
I thought the actor for Carly Morgenthau, Erin Kellyman, I thought she was okay, but I felt like the writing, I was just not convinced. Truly, not in her leadership, not in her cause.
It was a little repetitive, right? A little repetitive.
I felt like we never got like an example. Like, what was this? What are they fighting for? Like, we got a little bits of like, oh, they're going to relocate us, but
that's what I will. Okay, keep going.
But yeah, that's my biggest qualm is, I even felt like John Walker kind of stole the show in a way, even though he was like, in a way, neutral. Like I was rooting for him. He totally did. But I don't know. It's tough. I'm like just some weird dichotomy, like Baron Zemo. I mean, like very much not black and white characters, very much gray, where you're like, oh wow, Baron Zemo is actually like, you kind of like him, like more than Walker even sometimes.
Right.
I don't know. I just felt like they were kind of missing the big bad, and
then that was once you know who that was, almost. Yeah, I could see that, TJ, 100%. I feel your qualms. I associate with that. Dustin, how did you feel about the show overall? What? Are you ready to unfold? You got your fist clenched. You are ready to let your feelings out. Let them out. You were gonna Falcon and Winter Soldier this. You were gonna
overall.
Okay, assassinate.
I think it was.
I'm sorry.
Overall, I like the show like quite a bit, but I do think it was like scattered in what it was trying to do, and like it scattered itself to the point of that like I think it, because of like the amount of stories they were trying to cover, not one story got enough time to really work for me. But like the things that it did right, I thought it did really right. But then it had some lows where I was like kind of rolling my eyes at times. And it kind of goes with everything. Like you guys said, there's not really a clear villain, and they set up multiple people to be the villain, but then none of them really come to be the villain. Like Zemo doesn't really end up being it. Carly is kind of like what? And then Carter, that's what you guys said, right? Carter,
the power broker, I guess.
Carter, he doesn't really, or she doesn't really like. I mean, they set that up for future things, I'm sure. But then,
that's
even
more
U.S.
like
Agent really doesn't really get like his villain thing, and he was clearly, I think, the best choice to be the villain for this show. And they didn't. He
kind of was,
but then
it was
but it's not just the villains. It's like they're doing. It's not just the villains though, because they got like the Flag Smashers plot, they got the Black Super Soldier plot, they have the Power Broker plot, they have Bucky's like PTSD list plot, they have the boat plot, they have all these things, and like they don't really focus on any of them enough to where I'm like, wow, that was satisfying. But it does so many good things along the way with a lot of those that I overall enjoyed the show. Like,
it's a very good point, man.
It was. I'll say this: my favorite thing about it is that I walked away from it liking Sam as a character, and up until now, I've had no interest in him. I've never been a big Falcon guy.
Definitely.
He's kind of felt like he's just been there.
Well,
like he's there, he's cool, he's Captain America's buddy.
I don't mean to double down on saying I didn't care about him, but like, yes, they made him so much more of an interesting character in this. Like, oh my gosh, I love Sam so much as Captain America. That is so Sebastian
great. Stan as a Winter Soldier. I mean, the guy's a great actor. Marvel needs to give him more because he is everything I've seen him in outside of Marvel. He's always so good. And I'm like, damn, this is who they chose for Bucky. Like they need to put him in more because he is so good.
Nothing about these two actors and their dynamic took away. Like, was anything wrong about the show? Like, it was a little more about the writing. It seemed a little misguided and a little clunky, and like there was just a little too much like in it. Like, and it seemed like there should have been more episodes. I think the quarantine might have had to do with that, from what I've heard from some news. I'm not fully caught up on that, so I'm not going to
I have that down in my notes if you want to talk about it a little bit.
Throw it out there. Yeah, what do you got?
So it was always going to be 6 episodes, but there are, I think if you go back and look, there are scenes that you can tell were shot during COVID. And like, I think most of the 3rd episode, which is where they go to like Crime Island, robot where they go to Robot Pirate Island, that's an episode that was shot during COVID. That was my least favorite episode. Like I thought it was so
Zemo? Why'd you hate that one so much? That one was awesome.
Because now
it was one of the coolest episodes.
I love Marvel. TJ
didn't like it either. You guys both didn't like that one.
I love Marvel.
The one where Zemo was badass and stuff at the end, right? It's the only good Zemo episode we got.
Well, here's the thing.
But at the same time, Zemo did this like terrible thing and we're supposed to like him and just accept it. Right?
I give Marvel the benefit of the doubt a lot, and I think overall it does such a good job at like trying to be grounded in like reality. But just moments in that episode that I was like, what is going on? Like, first off, the whole plan with Zemo just seemed like so stupid. It's like, you guys know that this is like a genius that brought down the Avengers before, and it's just you and Falcon that are going to stop him. Like, that's not a smart thing. And then
Cap,
there were just scenes where like I just kind of laughed because it was like they're walking across a bridge that looks super cool, only to get in a car and then drive to a location. And I was like, why are they walking across the bridge at all? Like, they should have just been in the car. Like, I don't know. Just little things like that I'm like, you're not supposed to.
That's the type of observation. That's a kind of dude. Why are you thinking about stuff like that?
Well, the show because it's in my face. It's kind of just like a little.
Were you thinking about stuff like that, TJ? Were you thinking about stuff like that too?
Was that I have like a really I have an even bigger one, honestly, with that episode.
Really. Really?
All right. First of all,
I'm down.
I hate to pick on Agent Carter, but
it's okay. Let's hear it.
She killed like 12 people in that scene. Like she was a super soldier. I was like, what the? Just more guys keep coming, and she was like, doing a lot of killing. I was like, what is this? And then on hindsight now,
she's an agent.
She's the power broker, right?
Right.
And she fucking led them to their scientist who's making this compound. Why did she do that? How does that make any sense?
There was an explanation. She didn't want it to go down that way. She wanted them to meet the doctor. Zemo killed the doctor. The doctor wasn't supposed to die. Zemo wasn't supposed to kill the doctor. Sam wasn't supposed to let the doctor die.
Knew, what their intent was.
I think that was a little messy.
Sam just thinking about it in hindsight, I'm like, that was couldn't she tell them? She should have led them. She could have threw them off the trail or.
Well, why would she send them directly to the source of her biggest asset? Either way, whether he was going to die or not.
Yeah.
It's her biggest asset. Why would she want them to know the location of him?
And she probably knows the scientist, and the scientist might even squeal on her and be like, oh yeah, it's Agent Carter. I don't know.
Well, he probably didn't know who she was.
Maybe.
Why would he know who she was? He's like I'm sorry, but he seems like he's working in shackles in there,
Dude, he's proud of his work. It seems like he was happy to do it.
Oh man, he was really proud of his work. That guy was a really interesting character.
If I'm not mistaken.
What a good actor, that guy. He did say he was a god. Yeah.
The scientist guy?
Yeah. He said that. Funny. What a freak.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to try to make an explanation, it'd probably be she didn't expect Zemo to do that, and also she needed to play both sides and act like I don't know what's going on here. So I don't know. I think it was pretty obvious that they were setting her up to be the power broker, but
that threw us off.
That doesn't make a lot of sense either, though, because they set up the power broker to be a character that's supposed to exist before. She would there's a moment that I forgot. There's something that clicked where I was like, it doesn't make sense that she's a power broker because people have been working for her. I don't know. There's just weird moments where I was like, this doesn't really add up, but I'm in it. Whatever. Maybe she took over for the original power broker. I don't know.
It's just such an off-screen change for a positive, good character, and we didn't learn much about it in the show that it happened to her. Right?
I did see something online, and I don't know if we want to get into because we're talking about the Power Broker, we might as well go there, right?
Is this like a possible spoiler for other shows?
It's a possible theory for going forward.
Well, theories are different. Theories are okay.
So it's not confirmed, but I saw people on Reddit saying, I
like theories.
They think that she is a Skrull. Because there's moments where in the final season, in the final episode, they show like her eyes and they do like this blue thing that the Skrulls do.
She's got this walk about her too, that smirk
and they're setting up for this show. Okay. It's like the alien, the Captain Marvel aliens that like have been
the green ones. You seen Captain Marvel?
Yeah. The green ones.
The green ones from Captain Marvel.
I believe Jude Law's character is a Skrull character.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's a show coming out called Secret Invasion. It's got like all these big time actors like Olivia Colman, Samuel Jackson. Like they're stacked. The cast is stacked.
Samuel Jackson as Nick Fury's in it.
Yeah, it's like his show. It's like he's like him and Olivia Colman, I think, are the.
Oh yeah, what Marvel Maniac at MCU After Show knows that. I totally know that.
Hey, this is news to me as well.
So it's a show called Secret Invasion.
When is coming out?
In the comics, that's like about the Skrull kind of doing like a secret, like they've been replacing people all over the world with Skrulls.
I know about this.
They're going to like slowly take over Earth through like, hey, that guy's a Skrull, this guy's a Skrull.
I gotta start.
And I mean, Loki. I'm pretty sure, isn't that the end of Captain Marvel or isn't there like a Samuel Jackson thing where he's not even Samuel Jackson? Yeah. So that's Secret
Spider-Man
Invasion.
Homecoming, the post-credit scene. We found out sorry, it's not Homecoming. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Yeah.
The post-credit scene. It is in outer space. Samuel Jackson is on like a sword base, and we find out that he has had a Skrull in place of him, watching over Spider-Man, and so as a Maria Hill Skrull.
Yeah. That's like,
so it's already
these
happening.
are all the things that are building up to the Secret Invasion story.
It's already happening.
They're doing.
Yeah. Very cool.
Which is cool. Like honestly, I'm down for that because I think that would help justify, Carter becoming like not only the power broker, but putting herself in a position where now she's like a part of the CIA and the US government, but also running like a crime island and like, a powerful crime lord type of thing.
Sounds like one really big movie or one really big series and a hell of an awesome story. And we're going to be talking about it together. That's what's going to be great about it. That's what I love. Man, how exciting. How exciting. It's so great to have you guys here. I'm just going to reiterate. Okay, let's move the conversation in another direction. I know we're talking about the technical aspects of the show. Is there any more like criticism opposed to where we move about like talk back into the story or like, I don't know. We can talk about criticisms. I'm not cutting you off of criticisms, but I want to move maybe like to a different topic opposed to Power Broker, I guess. Any more Power Broker thoughts? Sharon Carter. That's at the top of my list.
No, he doesn't.
No, I had kind of a different direction we can steer if you're
please let's go.
I felt like I've already been a little bit hard on the show. I want to kind of give it some shout outs to the things.
For sure.
Let's do it.
I thought they did a great job with like race and social justice.
Yes.
And they didn't like shove it down our throats, but like,
yes,
I don't know, like even honestly, I had not even considered why Sam didn't take the shield because he was a black man in America. Like I thought maybe it was a personal choice or, I don't know. It just really got me thinking about like, that is actually like a very deep and kind of a dark past. And it's very, I love the way they went about kind of confronting it and how they put in Isaiah. I felt like they kind of brought Black history into the forefront. And I don't know, it just felt like it really was a good, like, I don't know, just time in America to kind of bring those like thoughts to your forefront and
makes me feel so much more judgmental of Sam in the first episode when he's like giving the shield back, you know, like as an audience member, you're like, fuck you, Sam. Like, why are you doing this? And like Bucky's like, why are you doing this? And like, you don't understand. Like it's like I'm a white person. I don't understand. I'm not thinking about that. All I'm like is like, be Captain America, dude. Be Captain fucking America, Sam.
Yeah,
and like I'm not thinking about it. And like and then but like the whole mantra and that's what I love about the show is like I love that that's what the moral of the show is. And like I don't know, him picking up the shield is like it's a responsibility and it's also like it's a weight. And it's there's just a huge meaning to it for him because of the color of his skin. And like there's so much in today's times like incorporated in that. And like I don't know, that's really important that they're bringing that into the fold because I don't know, it's hard to do that respectively and also like not have it like hurt the show because like it could be really shoehorned into a show and like have it ruin a show. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't know. I thought they did it really beautifully. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I was glad to see that Disney wasn't going to shy away from like that type of storyline because, you know, I'll give Disney the benefit of the doubt here, but there was a part of me that's like, they want to keep things nice and clean and simple, you know, but I'm glad they decided, no, we're going to do this. And this is a story we're telling. It is actually based off of like comics from the past too. Like there is like, this is an actual there is like a Captain America comics from like back in the day that were about the black super soldiers that were like,
I'm worried they're going to end our meeting. I think they're going to actually not going to give us an unlimited meeting.
I see the 9-minute timer, but we can always just start a new one.
We'll just know that we'll have to wrap up before, and then we'll come back, obviously.
Okay, we'll just do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I do think that was probably what the show did best in general was like handling that plot line. And you know, you said, Eric, it's like probably the strongest like theme of the show. And I think, you know, I didn't know if we were gonna get into this now, but I do think that's the best. That's the best thing that the show does is that like. Yeah, it talks about the past in a way that I think is very important right now. It's like you shouldn't hide, and this works for Bucky and Falcon, which is why it's so good.
It's really good.
You shouldn't like hide or run from the past. You need to like acknowledge it for what it was, like bad parts and all, and then strive to do better.
And I'll strive to do better to not get separate Zoom recordings next time. Okay, this is part 1 of our conversation. We're going to get to part 2 in the next episode, which you can get right to after this. So let's talk about where Marvel Maniac is going, what we're doing until Loki on June 11th, 2021. We're going to be covering Loki, of course. And don't you forget, also, coming up on July, we have July 9th, 2021, Black Widow will premiere. We're going to be covering that as well. Now, July 9th also will be a Loki day, so I'm going to figure out how I'm going to be covering both of those on the same day. But I have an exciting game plan for us. So starting next week, I'm going to be covering all of Marvel Phase 1, week by week. So starting next week, 5/7, we're going to be covering Iron Man. May 7th, May 14th, Iron Man 2. May 21st, Thor. May 28th, Captain America. June 4th, The Avengers. June 11th, Loki. So we're going to cover all of Phase 1 into Loki, and that's going to catch us up with the Loki that's going into Loki. Avengers Loki going right into the Loki in the series. In my opinion, that is the perfect catch-up, and it's going to keep us busy until we get to the next series. We're maniacs here, after all, at Marvel Maniac. I want to keep myself busy, and why would I want to stop talking to you wonderful people? Why not go back into these great movies, break them down, watch them, reflect on them with you guys? We'd love to hear your thoughts. MarvelManiacPod@gmail.com, at MarvelManiacPod on Twitter. If you'd like to donate to the show currently, it's at Mr. Honest Podcast at PayPal. Everything goes right back into the show, equipment, and keeping the lights on. Now, today is one of a two-parter. Don't forget, it is for no reason other than technical difficulties. We're all learning here and progressing as Avengers. So go click part 2 of this Falcon and Winter Soldier after show and experience the wonder of it. We'll see you over there. But until then, Avengers disassemble.